It says 69% battery life, but we'll see. Very casual evening in the garage. I really didn't feel like being out here at all, but it's primarily because I got this cough in there. I can't seem to shake. And I still don't know where all... I came in here, I started dumping stuff in here. And you know how it is. You've seen how I roll. Feng shui, no. Feng shui, no. I need to spend a little time cleaning I think it's a 10 millimeter, which is probably MIA. We all know that 10 millimeter goes checks out, right? It left a long time ago. It was probably in one of my pockets too, in my wandering self, and is now sitting in the laundry room. So there's a 10 millimeter sneak snip, get in here, snip, snooze, and a poosh. A snooze. Wow. Hello. Dude, I was gonna say, where did I go with that grease gun? I have to see if Rigid will honor this or not. I know I use it, but I don't think I've used it that hard. So, battery is definitely done. How done, yo. Now if I can squeak that out of there. Which I guess I can. Bottom one's out, top one's out. There you go. Just didn't want to come out there, Schnoo. Tell me you know where my multimeter's at. Here's one. I took the flukter is out somewhere here. I just don't know where. So we'll do a VA Osomatics in the DC range. So I'll probably need to get a new battery. Unfortunately. A new battery. So I won't get too carried away with setting this guy up and putting it back together. I'm really sorry for this post-nasal drip. Sitting around long enough. Hot battery, no go. I did find out Scamazon sells a pretty cheap battery. That is a glass mat battery. I will definitely post a link. One of these YouTube videos. Snooze. Hear the emergency sirens out there. It's good enough. Turn that light off. But not good enough. So, unfortunately, that's where we're going to start. Is with that battery. That sucks. That is literally a brand new battery. I could probably jump it. But you know what I'm actually going to see is if... Well, I'm going to buy a new one either way, but... I don't understand why there's no... excuse me. Why there's no... I could use the stick welder. We'll jump start it, right? Ha ha ha. So, I mean, well, still, good gravy if I could stop coughing so much here. Clearing my throat. Yeah. Those are a little beat up, aren't they? Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe they won't actually hold a charge. So let's see how bad these fuel lines are going all the way through this, because I guarantee you. So there's a bolt missing there. There's a bolt missing over here, which means maybe this bolt's not missing, but that bolt's definitely missing over there. For the gasket can. My hernia is definitely bothering me. I better go get that ultrasound done sooner than later. I do not know why. Why is that bolt missing over there? Or I should say over here. Were they already in here trying to take things off? Well, let me push it back a little bit, because I at least want to see if... Just trying to see if it's gonna roll through those gears, because I honestly don't know if the cylinders or if this piston's free in here. I have to take people's word that it is. Yeah, it feels like it. So, starter engages, which is good. Oil's definitely really, really low on this unit. Which isn't good for your pump. I can tell you the gas can is El Duno, because it smells like shellac, and I guess that's probably why someone pulled that bolt out of there was they were attempting to get to the carburetor, which is definitely the problem here for this guy. And yeah, they gave up, or just thought that's enough. And that is a Torx. It's probably not a T. Oh, didn't think so. Probably a T25. That's a T15. No, that was a T25. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, baba. Yep. What was the T25? It's a T20. Dear T30, where'd you get to, T30? I'll need this to pop the body. Be a body popper. Yeah. I have a body popper tool somewhere, don't I? Gotta add a little tape to that guy. This is gonna be our parts box. Yeah, these panels definitely have been off before. You can see some plastic scarring from somebody who got, I mean, it could be from running through the bushes, but I easily doubt it. Looks very much like a yeah, like a attempt to get into the body here. So we'll see if we're doing a fuel line here or not. Look, ants. Hopefully it's not a termite. Look, mouse pup. Got some mouse shit right there. That's high grade stuff. So I'm sure this whole thing just needs to be tore apart. Oil cooler looks like it's been mudded up, and actually it looks like it got a couple bends in the fends. So this may, the line is definitely a little brittle, but not brittle enough that it's poking through. The mouse of poop there. So, but your petcock, that's problematic, huh? Let's, shoot. I think what I want to do is, because that's definitely not turning at all, because, oh, there we go. I should have probably put a little WD-40 down in there, but there we go. I'm sure all those rubber fittings, I don't remember, some of them are just metal with a rubber O-ring on the outside. Some of them are all metal. This one is probably an all metal one. And as much as that fuel line feels like poo, we'll continue forward. We'll pull this guy off. Probably pull the whole air box out. Hopefully without breaking rubber. And we'll wait on a battery, because we'll try to see if we can get it to fire without going through that whole finagling. But I imagine with the way that the fuel smells and as hard as that petcock was to turn, there's probably some issues. Sorry, yeah, blew that in there, huh? So I put a charge, 2 amp charge on here as we're going at this. It should be enough to turn this over. And even though I removed this air box, I'm curious, because I put my hand in there, and here, look at that. Dude, I've never seen, I mean, that looks like straight oil, right? It smells like gas though, so I'm hoping it's just really bad gas that sat in there. Yeah, I forgot to put. I guess I can turn the other light back on. So, I mean, that guy, it's saturated. It's saturated. It's saturated in. I think that's oil. I mean, I know that I mean, you can soak them. You're right, you know, but I feel like there's something going on here that probably wasn't very good. So, what did you do with that, Mr. Bill? I don't know. Guess you stuffed it in a pocket or lost it somewhere. Why you did that, I don't know. Blows my mind, Pally. And then that, you ran over it down here, you know. I knocked it off. Yeah, I before I get too carried away here, let's let's see if this thing will fire. I guess it probably. That's probably the worst place to try to spray it at, but without removing the air box. And whoa. Whoa, did the throttle cable stuck too? No, that's all electronic, right? It is. It's all electronic. No, it's not. It's stuck. Dude, that thing is stuck. The electronic is the brake light. I just didn't realize it. So, there we go. Good gravy. Yep. That drag's too slow. I mean, it definitely doesn't turn. I mean, it doesn't help with the battery, but something doesn't sound just quite right. There we go. Alright, so battery, it fires, you can hear it firing. Worked that starter a little harder than I needed to, but be nice if that battery was good. We're gonna charge this one on a 2-amp trickle and make sure we get the right contacts here. 2-amp trickle. We'll hope and pray for the best. Well, I think what I'll do is I'll just add gas and see if we can work some of it through and go from there. I do believe, like I said, definitely think there's an oil leak. I mean, where's my headlamp? Yeah. Oh, there's a T30 probably, right? 35. 30, nope, T30. And it would be nice if I could find my headlamp, because I could really point out like I said, there's quite a bit of goo and oil buildup. All up in here too, goo and oil buildup. So to me it would seem like it's spewing oil from somewhere, but my job is to get it running. A little bit of cleaning and care. I don't know what that's like. That's a solid piece of mud in there. Hopefully it wasn't a rat nest. And yeah. There's an Allen key. Alright. Looked like a torque, but it doesn't help that I don't have great lighting in here, and it's probably the Allen key that I done busted. And it's probably metric. No, my luck. But we always got the good old hand tools. We can ratchet through, and somewhere in yonder I did see one point or another. Really? So I guess we're going old school here, huh? Where do you think you're? There's a headlamp too. a second. These are standard. I'm gonna guess it is probably not standard. Honda, Japanese, Imperial. And the Kanukis even followed. Sure how that happened, but Celsius, my friends. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely metric, but that fastener is definitely not going to come out. So let's hit it with some more on the concrete than I did down in there. You'd think with all the oil that was leaking everywhere else. Let's see if we can rock it back and forth, because well, hopefully we can squeak that all out without having to pull that out, because that guy is not moving. Maybe in the morning it'll free itself up, but that's what happens when you let time and corrosion and crap like that take advantage of machinery. Don't expect much, but we'll reconvene. Hopefully that guy will be charged up, and in the interim order a YTX 9 battery for this. Yeah, that sucks. I could only get that to hold 10 volts. I'd probably take the stick welder on the old battery terminals there and give it a jump start and see if I could do that. But that's these sealed batteries. It's not really sealed, but I mean, I gotta pull. It's dangerous. It's not ideal for me. It's not like I can't get another battery. If I couldn't get another battery, you know, and it was like a very rare battery, we'd try the old stick welder trick. That being said, we're kind of stuck between a hard spot and a rock until further notice, I guess. And hopefully that carburetor's not too snotted up, but I guarantee you that the inside of that is so snotted up. I think what I can do though is, if we fill it with gas, we can try to drain the debris out of it, drain the look, what the hell is that? Part of a mouse nest. Great. And maybe revive this without having to tear that carburetor out. All right. We'll see you when I get a new battery. with our shenanigans. And basically, I just want to get this guy running before I try to order a whole lot of parts for it. But we definitely have a bad petcock. That petcock is unmanageable. So that blows. And probably not in the least bit way going to allow me or offer me Yep, definitely shiced it up. Pinched my finger, that sucks. Actually put a hole in it. All right, so since that guy is definitely fudgied up, hurt my boo-boos. Got the boo-boo. It's a hottie. That's so hottie. That's definitely a poopy. That's no good. Yeah, I'm sure whatever size I need here is going to be out in the fix-up loader. And probably like 7.5 or something stupid. What is 7 mil? No, 8. It's not 9, so it's gotta be 8. That's 9. 11/32. That's not it. Here's 7.5. No, 7.5. It's definitely 8. Biscuits. And I'm sure my 8 is not so great. I think 5/16 will hit it. That thing looks rounded out. More than a Asian hooker. But it'll work. It'll work, boys and girls. It'll work. Now if we can find that guy. didn't you tell me it was over here somewhere? I'm sure it was. I don't know where the other one's at, but the other one's around here somewhere too. Oh, there it is. It's getting towards that time. Nope. I said that thing is pretty well hookered out. What is that? 5/16. And all I did was round out that guy on the bottom of that. So I have a 5/16 in here. 3/8. Short off 5/16. Because everything's half-ass around here anymore. I need people do the speed limit out on the road. Hey, what do you know? What do you know, Joe? That is probably actually keeping that from falling forward a little bit. I don't know. Oh, that's what I heard. Fall was a bushing, so I need to find that down here somewhere. Thought I heard something fall. Magnet sucks. Well, whatever. Look at that. So was that actually part of the... I don't know if that was actually part of it. I don't remember. Don't remember. Yeah, I believe it was. Yep, petcock completely disintegrated. So, need to figure out what that guy is, huh? That's a bummer. I don't know what I hear. Yeah, so doesn't matter what we do here. This is a good way to spend a few extra bucks. Yeah, it would have been nice, I guess, if I could have cleaned that up, and me pushing air into it could have possibly blew that apart too, but I highly doubt it, because I would have never gotten that apart anyways. I would have never gotten that to blow through. That's like some of these petcocks, you can pull them apart. They have a they'll have a flat head in, or a 2 Phillips heads in here, and it'll be a bushing or a rubber, whatever. But that's been sitting around long enough that that is All done, yo. Yeah, look at that. That's what water and alcohol does. Right there. See that green? That's the it's like a good tar, but that's the corrosion that's occurring there. We're gonna have to find a petcock, I guess, for this unit. So I think that's it for tonight. We know why we don't have fuel coming down. And we'll turn that off since I almost lit the garage on fire anyways using it. That's kind of funny, but not funny. Man, it's a really long time since I had to break this homemaker guy out. Oh no, bigger fuel hose too. We're gonna have to try to go up. Just wanted to, while we're waiting for our petcock, I really just wanted to go ahead and make sure that I can operate with this unit. Interesting characteristics of a piece of poo style fuel hose, fuel line. We won't bend on that too much because my luck will be it's bad enough that rubber sat on overnight and got tight. And if I'm lucky, I have 2 bar bands. I think this is a bar band. You can kind of try to make something work. Just want to make sure the carburetor is cleaned out enough that it'll start and run, and make sure that this is open. Or if it, there we go. See what kind of mess we can make. We'll pop the garage here as not to asphyxiate ourselves. And if I'm lucky, oh yeah, it's leaking. Oh, where did it all go? How do you like that? Dead battery, go figure. And it's leaking from wherever it wants to leak from. So that's a crappy battery. Here comes the stupid kid. Even after working through it, you can still see crap is coming out. I mean, phew, these people will ruin thousands of dollars worth of equipment very quickly. See the big brown spots? That's the shellac working its way through. It's weird that it just literally had gasoline in here, and these passages are so clogged up. Gas is not passing through here the way it needs to pass through here. So still trying to work the shellac out of it. I mean, I don't know how to explain this to people, but it is very, very important to keep gasoline out of these units. The reason that they put these little screws back here is so you can drain the remaining gas out of it at the end of the season, or when you're done running it. We're ever going to store it for a really long time. So hopefully we can get through this without having to buy a rebuild kit. But it's I've had it running, almost caught it. Yeah, well, it did catch on fire. Had to get the extinguisher out. That kind of sucked, but at least it didn't damage anything, and backfired and threw fuel out into the top of the gearbox there. But we're gonna keep going at this, see if we can get it to chooch, and see if we can get rid of some of these deposits and get the gas to flow through it again. Now, finishing up the work on this Honda 400EX. I put this on the YouTube short. Here's a petcock. When I first got this thing, man, this, you couldn't even turn this. So unfortunately, this was already completely rotted out. It was actually broken in the center there. One of the biggest problems when you let these things sit is, especially with the ethanol gasoline in it, is it just makes everything brittle and rot. I mean, that's brass, you know. Look, it just deteriorates and is, you know, hopefully you can see that, just falling apart. So we had the fuel line, or the breather hose, also very brittle. This was very tough to turn. The whole carburetor was snotted up, badly enough that it was just cheaper and easier for me to buy a carburetor made by a 7-year-old underneath his parents' sewing machine. So you can see even here it was slow to return there until I started working it, and that's because of all the shellac and crap that's in the internal parts of this carburetor. The other thing too, and unfortunately this was just, you know, part of my problem actually. The rubber boot, I didn't have the plastic off when I pulled the pumper off this, and you can see when I put it back in, that just went right through the rubber boot. I'm sure that was probably pretty well shot anyways, because the internals in here were all shellacked the hell up. The needle was stuck. You can see, I don't know if you can see inside here, but this thing was just blocked through and through with shellac. So easier to just go through and replace it instead of trying to continue to rebuild it. I mean, you can buy a Kine carburetor rebuild kit for probably 40-50 bucks, but we put a Honda Element in it. There are still some mouse turds in there, unfortunately. Even with the brake lean and air, I couldn't get them to all come out. I have an OEM Honda fuel filter, or oil filter as well. I have a petcock on the way for the gas can. I don't know if I pointed it out prior, but bolt missing here. There was a bolt missing here, bolt that was frozen on that side. Thankfully I was able to squeeze my tiny hands in here without breaking plastic and stuff to pull the strap off on that side on the fuel tank. We're gonna have to rerun some of this and tighten this, make sure we tighten this up and get that locked down in there in a happy way. Make sure that it stays where it's got to stay. So I cleaned the air box out as best as I could. You can see kind of some of the filth in here. This was brake lean and crap from in there, parts of acorns, mouse nesting. There's a hairball from what appears to be maybe a furry dog or animal that I got out of there as well. I'm not sure where that fuzz came from, but the Mises, they really do enjoy nesting in equipment like this. I know I pointed this out in the beginning of the video. One of the biggest concerns here too that they'll have to keep an eye on is this. I mean, that is unacceptable in my opinion for a piece of equipment like this. You know, you can't be romping around on it. The inadequate brake disc on the back, I don't know if you can see that, but that's like if you were going to if we were showing this bike. This I can't tell if it was a show bike, if it was a ride. I mean, it looks like a beat bike. Definitely got rode hard and put away wet. I'm afraid to pull too many caps and plugs on this because, you know, the rubbers break. The big concern is over on this side. I'm pretty sure that's why this netting and webbing and this Nerf bar is all tore up. Look, there's even a that's just dangerous altogether. But this guy here, this oil return line, is leaking and weeping pretty good. I could pull it and I could replace the seals in that, but my concern is that if I pull that and something else is going on in there, it's just going to catapult or envelope on me. Now, I don't know about you, but when I do these, I try to do my best to clean the debris out of here so I can see what's actually going on. We're going to pull the oil plug on this if I can get under there. Really wish I had a table lift for this guy here, but I think it's caked in there, right there. I have to dig at it and spray at it a little bit, but let's get a pick and try to pick some of the crud out of it. I could be weeping and leaking too. I didn't buy a crush washer for that. Probably have, so you got 50 bucks into the Chinese knockoff carburetor, which I will say is amazing at how identical it is. It's funny because I'm listening to Sirius XM and she just said amazing too about Metallica being in town or something, but and I'll lay on my back in this tiny garage. Really wish I had a bushing. That mount looks like it's close to end of life there too. So I'm gonna have to pull the plate off this in order to get to the oil plug there. And so I'm just see how rotted in these are. I was hoping there would be a service plug for that, but they even got stickers under here. They got more stickers on this bike than they did maintenance. Hate to say that, but it's kind of funny. Should have probably spent more money on the maintenance and repairs and on the stickers. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to get my fat ass up and grab more sockets because that is not the same size as the oil filter cover. What size? 3/8 maybe? No. What was that? That wasn't 3/8 anyways. That's 7/32. Probably metric. I don't think it's 10 millimeter, but that's 9. And it is bigger than that. It didn't look like 10. Of course, I probably don't have the 10 down here on the floor with me. There's a 3/8, so I'm really lucky. No, I'm going to say that's definitely a 10er. Son of a biscuit. Where's the 10? Where's the 10? Worst part is, I swear I just saw that 10. Well, what'd you do with that 10er? I spent a lot of time working on this thing, that's for sure. Yeah, it's a 10er. Hopefully these come out easily for me. No. Should, they're well lubed. Yeah, that one's all stripped the hell up. Well, that sucks. Yeah. This reminds me of another Honda I worked on a couple years ago. Someone had done some self-maintenance to it. That's usually how it ends up. Someone does some self-maintenance to it, ends up in my garage. The prior hackanic done screwed up the you can see those were probably wrenched on a little hard there, but the prior hackanic on that Honda, it was a Honda Foreman, I think 400 if I remember, broke the oil bolt right off of it, all right, and actually cracked the, I don't know why I feel like this is standard, but the 10 millimeter really does fit it very well. I'm sure that's custom. Jeez. Where was I going with that? So the owner of that unit was like, well, I never seen the oil on the ground though from it, all right? And I was like, well, that's because it's all getting caught into your skid plate, and it literally was all caught in the skid plate. I could have used a impact on this, I guess, and twisted them off, but I start working on certain stuff, just get concerned about ripping through things with a impact. I mean, this technically is a drain back here. So, I don't think I need to continue forward. I don't know why I thought there was a screen on this one. Exercise of futility, that's what that was. This body holding me. Good God. Holy fudgy sticks. Time for a 1/4 inch I am not taking after that. All right, so yeah, when I do this, again, like I pointed out, there wasn't a whole lot of oil in there to begin with, and it's just 1/2 inch or something like that. I might need my extension. I guess I need my extension. Wasn't 1/2 inch, wasn't that? It's 11. "12-incher, alive and free again, breathing." Sorry. Oh my God! Someone definitely over tightened that son of a bitch. It's supposed to be 17 foot-pounds, pal. What the hell? Jesus, Pete. The hell's wrong with you? Swear to God, the manual says like 17 foot-pounds for that. Sorry if you weren't even looking at that, but look how black that is. Holy crap. I doubt there's even a quart in here. Unbelievable. There's not even a quart in this unit. I can't even believe that somebody was running it at all. I think this unit's supposed to hold like 2 quarts, if I remember. I mean, I have to look at the manual again, but I can tell you for certain that oil bolt's supposed to be somewhere around 17 foot-pounds. Somebody has really spent a lot of time monkeying around with it, no doubt. I mean, there's some aftermarket parts on here, some of them decent, some of them not so decent, but dude, I mean, if like I'm going to look through the parts manual. I think with it running that low, that oil must be flowing out of that side pretty quickly. You can see it's got metal. There's metal in that, dude. You can see the silver streaks in that. And I think what we'll do is we'll see if I can look through the parts manual and look at the look and see what seals are in that. My concern is if I start pulling at that, I don't even know if it's a seal. It could be the hose. I don't think it's the hose, but it doesn't look like there's any damage to that hose. But that thing's definitely leaking and weeping. Something fierce. Either that or maybe it's leaking and weeping there. I don't know. Don't know. Going to have to look though. There was not a lot of oil in there at all. I'm pretty sure like I said, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be at least 2 quarts in this guy. It could be this bolt here. We'll take a look. That looks like a 10 millimeter, but that definitely you can see the streak. I don't know, maybe let's see if we can find a light in here. Hopefully you can't hear Metallica in the background, because if you can, they'll kick me right off of YouTube for that one. I don't see I mean, that's pretty pathetic though. You can see the shadows though of the rings of metal are in there. That, sir, looks like a lot of metal, and that you can see the stream of it rolling down in there. And like I said, I doubt if there was a cord in there. We're gonna let it drain as much as we can. I actually think I'm gonna let it drain overnight and just let it try to get as much of that debris out of there. Sorry for the rock and roll there. Well, while we're at this, let's pull our oil filter. Hopefully I didn't go too far with that guy. What did I do with that? That wasn't 3/8 over there, and I probably had it on the floor. There's so much mouse crap and everything else falling out of this. The oil filter is a 5/16. I can't imagine that. I mean, that wasn't as bad. And these are supposed to be at a certain torque too. And I'm sure that the same guy who put that oil plug in there, the same guy that put this in there. You know, I have the weakest fingernails too. I really, really, really hate to put anything in there. Hi. Let's see. Looks like somebody else had a... Like I said, I didn't expect anything different on this side, but... Dude, I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh, but I am. It's bad. And when it's bad, you have to call it like it is. Dude, that is not good. That is so bad. And you would think with the leak as fast as it is. Dude, look those riffles. That is so bad. That is all metal. So this is one reason why I buy I don't even know if it had the right crap in there that it was supposed to have in there. But that's one reason why I buy an OEM filter. I actually think it's missing a part. I don't know why. But you can actually see the debris sitting in the bottom of that oil filter. Nope, don't knock that out or lose it. So what probably happened here is the flow, in my opinion, just based on my mechanical knowledge. I'm going to say that oil better than that dead battery right there. So we're gonna replace this O-ring too. Yeah. Ah, fucker. That is not good at all. And we're going to replace this O-ring too on this. Stab yourself right in the hand. Oh, I mean, it might have been all right, but like I said, I bought a new O-ring for this. And this is Keep this clean to some extent. And you do have to follow these. It does say towards spring side. I actually think the one that was pulled out, that I just chucked in here, was where'd it go? I don't know what to do with it now. There was somewhere here, didn't I? I think this actually looks like an aftermarket one. Don't know. Doesn't have the same setup, and you want to make sure that these are in the right spot because there are two passages here that those need to line up with. I could put a little extra oil around the O-ring, there's no doubt about that. Make that slip in there a little bit better. And I have to go pull up the manual again because I already forget if these are 7. I think they're like 7 foot-pounds. I wrote it down somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's 7. Might be 4 though. I did write it down somewhere, but we'll have to go dig that up. So that's that. We're going to fill it with Super Tech because that's a Warren brand, and I do believe that Super Tech is a decent brand oil. I know some people poo-poo it because you buy it from Walmart, but they've been around since like the late 1800s, if I remember, 1908 maybe. I don't know, somewhere in there and abouts. They've been around for a while. And Project Farm, he did a pretty intensive, non-biased testing, benchmarking, I guess you would say, of the product. And in my opinion, it was pretty surprising. So that's what I've been buying. We'll check the brakes. I looked at the front brakes. The rear brake is the only one I had concerns about because this rear pedal does not seem to return as fast as I would want it to return. But I just think that it's from sitting out in the weather, and I sprayed it with some WD-40 the other night. We'll spray it with a little more WD-40 and hopefully, like I said, next week we'll have this unit out of here. We'll add we'll be adding 10W40 to this unit after it's done dripping. It looks like it's pretty well done dripping. Let's clean up that bolt and throw that bolt back in there. Would be nice if these had magnets on the end of them. That'd be nice. If I remember correctly, the proper procedure for let's tighten this up. I'm pretty sure it's 7 foot-pounds. We'll go with 4 first, and then we'll go from there. Oh, baby, yeah, we're gonna need to find my manipulator. Biscuits. We're going foot-pounds. We'll do 4. I'm pretty sure we'll stick with 4. Gut says 4. And we'll stick with 4, right? All right. Now we better double check because it doesn't seem tight enough to me. Maybe it is 7. We'll double check. Just get them in there though. They were definitely in there tighter than 4. So let's go up to 7. 7 should be fine enough. This is what happens when you write the numbers down 3, 4, 5 days ago. There we go, that's more like it. And torque bolts probably 17. We'll go with 15 inch-pounds, and then we'll double check it when I go upstairs and grab my 17 foot-pounds, 15 foot-pounds. I think I said inch-pounds, I meant foot-pounds. Go with 15 foot-pounds. And sorry, bumping everything there. Where'd it go? Where'd it go, yo? Hmm. $12. Where'd you go, 12? Did you see what I did with it, guys? Used it over there, pulled it off, and lost it. And not usually how it goes. Lose a lot of things. That's a 10 under there. There it is, underneath the ratchets. Try not to get dirt on the end of it. Try to see if you can see where it's at. And there it is. Someone's out running a backpack leaf blower, sounds like, or a leaf blower in general. I went further than what I went with. Let's go with 17. I feel like my gut, well, let's go with 16. I feel like my gut says 16. But it was definitely on there tighter than 16. Someone cranked that on there like, oh, that's good. Someone cranked that on there way too tight. I know it's not a snap-on. I can't afford snap-on. But it does what I needed to do. What I needed done. And we'll throw a little more WD-40 down in that. I'll try to maybe find some lube. This guy goes in the bottom of that carburetor. That's this guy here. And I have a set of bolts upstairs for this. I mean, it's not trash. You know what? I probably should have done that too. I guess I'll have to pull that carburetor back out because I think I forgot to put the bottom half in there. And look at that. See if we can see that. Nope, nope. I got it in there. Close this up for the night and throw some oil in it here in a minute. I gotta find my oil funnel. I think I lifted it out alongside the house, and we'll dump some oil in here. And I gotta pull a plug on the other side because that's how you tell how much what your oil level is. But while we're doing that, let's just yank this out one more time, see if we see any major flakes in there. You can definitely see some hues of silver in there. See how I push it? See that in the front of my finger? That is very fine metal. So this guy's been tearing it up for a while on that, and yeah, you can just see it in that oil. Oh, sorry, Bobby, that's gonna run through your oil pig that you have. We'll let that, you can really see on an angle. Let's see if we can get in for a closer shot. You really see that silver streak coming through it. That's very fine metal particles, not metal particles. Even up here where the drain is at, you can really see the heavy oil laying in there with that metal. So, all right, we'll be back in a little bit. Gas here in a minute. I threw a little gas down in here to go ahead and get the oil running through it. The terrible part is, even though we just drained all that oil out, probably should have set it up for 2 oil changes at once because it was so dirty. Oh, I sprayed myself with some carb cleaner. Scared me a little bit. That's how dirty fresh oil. Just literally put fresh oil in that, and that's pretty dirty. So I'm gonna recommend that he bring it back pretty quickly. I'd say at least within a year, or maybe like 25 hours of riding. Like it's supposed to come back at 25 hours. Yeah, it's a little over full. We'll have to drain some of that out, but that engine has been working a lot harder than it had to for a long time. So we'll let all the heat drain back down, and I'll pull the plug on the other side and drain. I'll pull the overflow plug. I just wanted to kind of wash some of this through. I touched my hand on that. That was a little hot. Yeah, so that could be some of the oil dripping back down into the reservoir from the oil cooler. But I mean, the oil should be coming out of there. I'm gonna put that right there because should look like this, in my opinion. You know what I mean? But it's probably going to take a little bit of riding around and sloshing around to get some of that to come off there. There's a little air in it too, but definitely frothy. Like I said, we'll let that settle down for a little bit. the gas already. Oh, I guess. So we'll get that as close to rideable as possible. Like I said, we'll drain pull the wheat plug over here, and if I can find my 10 millimeter. Which I literally just had to tighten it up. Probably didn't set it in a pocket. Thing has been a little bit problematic, there's no doubt about that, in my opinion. And like I said, it would have been nice if I knew what I did with that 10 millimeter. There it is, 10 millimeter. And drain some of this out here. Hey, it's unbelievable, isn't it? That thing was running. I can't even believe that. Whatever. I literally ought to just go ahead and change it again. Because... I do believe that it probably needs a good couple hours of riding on it though to get that all loosened up. And honestly, I can use the oil sucker to suck down the excess. I think that's probably what we'll end up doing. Yeah, I'll end up, we'll pull the drain plug, we'll drain some fluid out of this. You can't hurt it, that's for sure, because that stinking thing looks like crap with the oil that's in it. Now if you can find your 10 millimeter that you, or 12, that was a 12 millimeter that you just had, probably threw on the ground like an idiot. This was out of the... No, it was 12. What did you do with your 12? What did you do with the 12? Here's a 10. Moving everything around here. This was from I changed the lids. Yeah, I got enough oil that I think you can drain a lot of that, but At $9 a pop. I didn't really want to waste fresh oil, and it would be nice though if I could find that 12mm that I just had sitting around here. I got whole nother quart there. That's not 12. That's bigger than 12. It's 13. Let's see. It's pretty much already black. And that's something. You can see the shininess and it looks like maybe a little air frothing, but there's definitely some metal in there. Can't speak right. That's from all the brake cleaning fluid and carb cleaner. Just hold that there a minute. Let me take a look at this pig leaking all over. Some of that is probably just from that oil cooler draining down, but we'll come back to this in a little bit and let it settle. All right, well, that was fun. Not really fun. And these things are getting worse. I saw we drained the oil out and whoop. Dude, what the heck? How'd I do that? Oh, that sucks. Well, anywho, those aren't the kind of shocks that are on there. A lot of stickers. There's an oil strainer in here, and the oil strainer is a little bit of a pain in the butt to get to, in my opinion. We're going to pull pull that oil oil strainer. We're going to pull empty this out because I can't muck this up too much with regards to crap in this, because it's hard for me to get rid of oil once it's got a lot of different contaminants in it. So I can probably get away with just the oil strainer. But the problem is you can't really get your hand in there. To do a whole lot of anything. We're going to pull. I ran a quart and a half through here, and it looks like garbage. So we are going to pull it all again and drain out all the remnants of everything in here. And we're going to pull that oil strainer out and check the oil strainer, because that's what we're supposed to do, I guess. It'd be nice if the oil strainer was the same size as the drain plug, right? So you're gonna have to have two or three different sockets with you. 13 wasn't cutting it there. Ugh. Gotta keep some I already got enough crap on the floor, right? So we'll drain it all out. Yeah. If I can make my fingers move. Ah. Hey. I really didn't want to lean my arm into anything here either. I'll let that drain. I'll try to get this oil clean again. And while that's draining, we'll do this side, which is 1/2 inch. Right. Right? No. Nah, I just didn't tighten it back up from and had it off earlier. Yep. Anywho. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I want to make a trade. Yeah. Let's try it. That's fresh oil, by the way. That's brand new oil. And it already looks like trash. I might actually have to go and buy another quart because it's gonna need more than that. That sucks. And this is gonna overflow. All right. And your oil extractor's outside somewhere. Oh. Oh, that sucks, huh? That's what you get. It's all pouring over the sides. Like I said, I can't believe that that's even fresh oil. Unbelievable. Hopefully the second round through, make it a little bit cleaner. And we're gonna pull that oil strainer, see if we can pull that oil strainer out. I got more oil on the floor. So much for putting an epoxy down. That'll never happen. Another trash rag. Here's my carb cleaner. Yeah, let's put that under there. Just let that keep draining. And can you get in there? What size do you think that is? Excuse me. Negative. I think it's metric or standard. Probably be metric, right? Japanese bike, but definitely isn't 17. Hey. Nor is it 18. How about 3/4? Nor is it. This barely gets on there. I don't even know what you can see. Hopefully you can see everything. I don't know if you can. Yeah, that screen doesn't look terrible, but sure that our O-ring's in good shape. And we'll give it a cleaning. And I'm sure there's a torque setting on this. Probably in the manual. We are going with tight. Without stripping flares. Because if you over tighten them, and I guess while I'm at it, since we already got all the oil out of it again, we'll take a look at these O-rings. I think these O-rings are leaking and weeping. I know it's harder to see on this side of the bike, but we can put these back in too while we're at it, I guess. There's no sense in keeping those out. And grab a, hate to grab a brand new rag and start that habit. I got a whole roll of paper towels over here for killing trees and living in greed. And it actually is a 12 millimeter. And I highly recommend using a 12 millimeter. So if I can find my 12 millimeter, let's see my 10 millimeter. Here's my 12. It's actually 18. I think he said 17 the first time, but I went back and looked through the service manual. Yep. Eighteen foot-pounds. I think this one goes up to 20, but I don't remember. And we need that. Hernia. And put the bottom one in too. Yes, do we have this is a little bit more of a challenge because, you know, you're trying to put it up in there without screwing everything up. Like I said, it would have been nice if it was a similar size. This is where having a lift is nice. And anyway, you could and having my ratchet over here instead of dragging that one all the way over here. Hey. Like I said, let's pull this guy. Just have a quick look-see what these guys look like. Yeah, that's how you treat your tools. Thing's got a little bit of grime hidden everywhere in it, doesn't it? I probably do not have that exact. This one. That one. Let's hey, let's get a little light in there. This is a light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. If I'd stop tripping over. Out of here. And then I lost it. It's amazing that in the little tiny area that you're in, you can lose that much stuff that quickly. And how I want to deal with this. How do you want to deal with it? I think it's that O-ring right there. But that one doesn't feel much better. So that one. Doesn't appear to be cracked. I have a little bit of definitely leaking. Definitely leaking. There's no doubt about that. I wish I would have put an extra light over on this side when I was setting this up. Guess I still have an opportunity to. We'll daisy chain on that one and get one more light in there because this is kind of ridiculous. You can't see down in here on this side of this bike. And take a pause while I look for a light. Well, never ceases to amaze me. Yep. Went up and grabbed a flashlight. No, I don't have any editing skills. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, let's see. Well, this guy. Try to get it out of there without damaging it, but that's not happening very easily, is it? I mean, not that it's not already leaking already, but I think that's the guy that's leaking. Definitely looks like it's got more grime and dirt on the top side of that. Obviously, if there's a hole in it, and get lucky and roll it around too. Well, that's safe. I can't believe I broke this. That sucks. I can't believe anything anymore. Hopefully it's a... So it looks like it's a 1316 maybe. Yeah, we can figure out which one's 1316. There was only 5 of them to begin with. It doesn't mean they didn't get mixed in with other guys there. Honestly, I think that 16 is there. Yeah, 1316 is in there. Because that's too thick. I think we'll stick with what we got. I don't think it's metric. I do believe I do have another box of O-rings. I'm kind of wondering if maybe, like I said, it wasn't just from pushing oil up, too much pressure building up in there. There's the other set. So, you can tell these spilt once before, didn't they? No. I'm not saying that they couldn't be stretched out, but I'm going to say they're definitely not metric. Looks like it's a, definitely looks like that 1316, sure. But this one that I have is could look through the manual too. And that one that I have, that it looks like it's the right diameter, is just too thick, so we'll stick with what we got. Yeah. Let's rotate them around to fix the case on this anyways, now with a little Gorilla Tape, I guess. That sucks. Yeah, well. Get spray. See if we can suck out some of that extra oil that's just sitting in there. Guess you could give it a romp on the starter and let it do that too, but pretty sure that is what's going on there. I think these were 7 foot-pounds. Ten won't break it, but we'll go to 8. 7.5. How about that? A little over 7.5. Yeah, I think we're good. We can put this all back together. This is about as clean as it's getting. We're gonna put a quart of oil in and go from there. Gotta be better than what it was, that's for sure. And like I said, I'm gonna have to go buy, definitely gonna have to go buy another quart, but we can finish up the, hopefully finish up the fuel system issue today. Put the gas tank back together when I go out later. Stop at Wally World and hope they have some bike oil there. We might have almost half a quart in there. Almost. Maybe what I'll do is I'll get lucky if I drain those out. I got a little bit left in that one too. Oh, that was the junk. Glad I didn't decide to use that one. That one's got the junk in it. So we won't use that one. But I do think I'm out of bike lube. If only I could buy that in larger quantities, that'd be great too. But all right, petcock time. Any other time you can find a knife. Probably help if I would have some organization to the madness sometimes, but like the 2 containers of lube, or carb cleaner. So this one's also straight out of China. Would have been nice if, like I said, I could have found a knife. Yeah, close enough. This is a FF135 AT-07570 petcock replacement. No screws, no you gotta use, hopefully you gotta use everything from here, if we're lucky. The brass bayonet, at least there's a O-ring on it. Because I should see if I can find the old O-ring from that one too. And can only go on one way. The barb might be a little different. Can't tell yet. And I may have to actually figure out some type of be careful when you're tightening that you don't break your fuel filter on this. Fuel filter looks decent. I mean, looks a lot better than that one, doesn't it? And I probably lost that original one in there. I'm surprised that it wasn't somebody drives fast. Somebody's driving fast. I gotta be careful because I got probably a gallon of gas in that one. Put Mr. Luigi down. We'll screen that because there's some garbage in there. I just want to make sure. And we're gonna have to put, because it's so stretched out. Hey, V, that sucks. I mean, I could probably cut it and squeeze it a little bit. Well, let's try that before having to buy another piece. Arr, V. Arr. Thing's turning into a real cluster. Try to do it cheap, you know, but realistically, it's causing me more problems. Like I said, I think we can do without that. And that'll work. And we'll put a, look for hopefully find, there it is. I also think I have to try not to mess this up before we get it installed. So I think that we can drag this up to the top. See, one thing that is different about this guy is that the inlet is actually thicker on this guy here. So that is something to keep in mind with the verses of that, but let's do this. We want these two guys hopefully fit up in there the way they're fit up in there. Yeah, that wasn't off there anyway, but and then we need to find the two screws. That's one, and that's one. And I would also like to, while I'm at it, find another fuel clip that will fit on there. Yeah. Hopefully that one will be sufficient for my needs. Nope, it's gonna be too small. Finding fuel clips sometimes, I don't know why. It gets harder and harder. Because I think that will be too small. But I definitely want one on there. Fudgy sticks, fudgy sticks. Fuck shit sticks and jelly beans. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you don't. So that being said, I don't think this is big enough. I don't see any other ones in there. Gravity. And this box of pop. No. Yeah, it's just not big enough. Not even in my wildest dreams. That one might be though. Well, seems like it wants to. Just that end's all waffled out from ethanol on it for years. Try to put it in an area that's convenient to get to. Hopefully that's not too loose. Like I said, I'm trying to fit this all up before I that'll work. I might even be able to do that while it's because I got gas in it. If I didn't have gas in it, I'd be able to get it in and out of there, but sure there's a torque setting for this too, but you can definitely see that the petcock is different in shape and size than the original one. Not that I think that's going to make a big difference. However, it is different. Shape is different. I don't think that really matters, but it's just my, and this is plastic, so I mean it's probably like 5 foot-pounds realistically, and let's make sure that we're in the off position, whichever way off should be. Well, that's something else too. So we're on reserve, off, and on. But the funny part, in my opinion, is I don't think that that's sitting in the right spot. So, while we're looking at this, let's take a gander at this guy too, because there should be a setting somewhere on here. I don't know where. There isn't. No other settings for fiddling with. I guess if I had the right tool. I don't have a tool that big for fiddling with the mixture there. Before we do that, let's make sure we ratchet that baby in there so that is not a problem later. Standard size, right? No, it's metric. And it's not 12, it's going to be 13 or 14. Yeah. 14. One more squeeze. And you check these without screwing the top end, by the way. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna need another half a quart. No doubt about that. Not that this bad boy hasn't been ridden hard without that half a quart in there. I mean, it only had a half a quart in it. It's crazy. And that bushing goes in there. Where'd my box go? I think I'm done squirting stuff out. Wasn't it in there? Oh yeah, that was the O-ring out of the bottom of that. Oh, there it is. This goes yonder. Because I couldn't get that side out, I had to squeeze it out, which I didn't like doing, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Make things work. What are we looking for? We're looking for something. We need that strap. Here's a strap that is MIA. I need two straps. I need one strap for one side and one strap for the other side. And pretty sure I left it on the ground, but I may have thrown it up here. But it doesn't appear that way. So definitely is a strap down here or somewhere else that I need. There it is. Again, it would have been nice to be able to get that screw out of there, but that wasn't happening. So we do what we gotta do. And almost. Come on. And on. Oh no. Knocked it over anyways. My concern, like I said, is definitely over here. Got a bit of a miss in there, doesn't it? Definitely better than what it was. Hear that miss though. So, you can definitely hear that mess. So I don't expect the oil to be all the way full. Like I said, I probably need about a quarter of a quart yet, but we'll let it get hot enough. And yeah, the oil definitely looks better on the dipstick now than it did before. So we'll get another half a quart in there, and then get that taken care of. It's a shame. Bike, it's a good. These were good bikes. I worked for a Honda Kawasaki dealer many years ago, and I sold these when they first came out. Well, I shouldn't say when they first came out, but I worked there in 98, 99, somewhere there and about. And yeah, it was a cool bike. They were cool bikes coming in. We also had a Smokin' Joe Camel flavored bike. That was pretty neat. Those are worth a couple bucks now, I guess. And we'll find a piece of lime, fuel line or something to put in there, clear tube. And I'm gonna spend the money on something like that, but I mean, yeah, I mean this whole bike's kind of been beat hard and needs a lot. It needs a lot of work. What I put into it is nothing near what, in my opinion, that it needs. It needs a lot of work. This was just me getting it running again, and a complete rebuild on this isn't worth, unless somebody gave it to you or sold it to you cheap, isn't worth somebody else's time or money, aggravation, whatever you want to call it. This bike was beat hard and put away wet. Sure, the kids had a great time on it though. I mean, yeah, we'll continue finishing up what we started here. We'll strap the battery in here, because that was the believe it or not, that's what it was here for, was for a battery. But he told me if it needed anything else to go ahead and get it taken care of. So I did that. Let's see if we can figure out which ones were which here. This is a 10 millimeter. Is that 10? Is it 10? I believe this one went up top. Nope. Where's it at? There it is. Actually, might have been the opposite way, other way around, but or there might be a washer hiding in here. Unfortunately, one of these bolts was already out of it, so I really honestly couldn't tell you. And I did just kick over the bucket, but again, guy sounded like an old dog I had. I guess it is a little bizarre because I feel like I might have had to do that. They might have had to do that on purpose. That could have been something that and the other package that I got today, because later today will be the dead battery. Yeah, it was fun. Let's do this. See how much you can get out of one of these. I'll try to find a spot where I can set it at to let it drip. And thought I had my bigger funnel in here, but I guess not. So we'll have to let these sit until it's done. Might as well do a little cleaning up here a minute. Sorry, you're gonna ride along for the ride. This guy. Was it this guy? No, it's this guy. This guy here. See, I think oh, all right. Yep. On the petcock itself, off points to the back, but doesn't matter because on this cover here, it's in the right direction. And we need to put this guy on here first. And I believe, oh, backwards, it's backwards. We'll replace the spark plug on this too. I don't think that's gonna fix the mist that I hear, but it'll make me feel warm and fuzzy about it, and hopefully I got it on. Nope, didn't get it on both sides. There we go. Should all just slide together. And we'll have to try to remember where some of these came from. I think those came from the top. What the hell was supposed to be on that one over there? Definitely slides through there. Definitely not the right washer pattern though. These went in the inside. Holy crap. Speed's really starting to pick up out here. Right here. there were bars and brackets that just go on the side there too to hold the fenders in. And I'm going to have to find, I didn't remove it on this side, we left it in place because we started removing bolts that I didn't need to remove. I guess I'm pretty sure this came with the top, but I can't see where it's supposed to go into. And like with most the myths or the word foxes, stuff just doesn't seem to line up in the right spot. So we're gonna have to look at that a little bit more closely. Look, there's that of another project. Well, we'll be back. You don't need me to watch me struggle with that stuff. So those bolts didn't slide through there. They were just plastic covers. So I had to take the cover back off there and reposition that. And what I was trying to say earlier too was we got another project for an old Zippo flints, and I don't think I need the wick, but I have a Zippo from Newark, New Jersey that looks like it came straight out of the 60s or 70s. So, but just an FYI, those screws didn't go on where I thought they went in. They go on here, and then you can put all your plastic crap back on. And we're gonna try to find I guess maybe I should have left that loose a little bit on that side so I can move this. All right, not finding the hole. Hi, I always like the service guys, you know, they're showing these how to do service stuff, and they're always like brand new units, you know, and perfect angles. Rotted bolts. No struggling to get a bolt into where it's got to go. Everything comes off perfectly. And that's why they had the taper on that end. Hopefully I got it there. Can't tell yet. Yep. Now I can put that cover back on it. Put the plastic fittings in it. And once I get a little oil in it, I guess, yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. I'll take it for a ride around the yard. Make sure that everything stays together, I guess. As many of you know, I do not have a very large yard to begin with, so, and if I take it out in the street, I can guarantee you the cops will be here pretty darn quick to pick up me and this bike. So I know I gotta start them first. Believe it or not, these have a right direction. And some of them seem like they were in spots that, holy moly, that one's pretty well mulliganed up. Lining up 3 pieces of plastic. That definitely doesn't feel like it was wanting to go. Well, almost there. I got a couple of them down in there. I can find that bar. Not sure why I started tearing that bar. Oh, I thought I tore it off there. I did take a bullet out of it, but I didn't tear it off there. I started to take that out of there. No need though. Just having a hard time getting the plastic off of it. So this bolt is missing, and here yeah, there's plastic. Lots of these plastic guys, plastic clips. I feel like I could have clipped in a little bit better, but one more somewhere. That's looky. Right over here. Because I was gonna wanted to take the whole top off, but that wasn't happening the other day. And I wouldn't be surprised if the frame's not a little bent out too, but that's a whole different story. So there's supposed to be a screw like that over here on this side, but Definitely no screw to put in there. We'll try, maybe try one of these. I highly doubt it because got lucky. It isn't for it, but it fits it. I'm sure I could probably make that fit somewhere too. Like right here. Because there's supposed to be, that was missing too, wasn't it? It's supposed to be, that's pretty monkeyed up too. Should be a screw or a bolt like that over there. But some of these were from the other batteries that we had in here. There's a couple batteries. There's a fuel clip. And part of the old blah blah blah. This might not work though, because I think it needs to be a flat one. Because it just does. It needs to be a flat one. I don't think the seat will fit on it without, well, maybe get lucky. Trying to make sure that it doesn't pop out. Should have put some never sees on that. Cobwebs. Yep. Should have pulled that whole plate off the bottom. Yeah, let's see if the seat fits on here. Yeah. Sorta. Didn't fit in there though, did it? Gotta come back pretty far. Alright. Yeah. Alright, well, that's that. We'll get some a little bit more oil and top off the lubricant and that. Really needs a power washing. Like I said, some of these are from battery terminals, batteries that were on this unit. And I think I'll give both these back to him. You know what, that might be a lead battery over there, but this one can go back to him. This was a brand new one. And feels dry inside. Yeah, I'll use that. Well, that's the Honda show. I guess I can adjust a screw or two somewhere else in here too if I needed to, but we're going to hope that this guy runs and that its owner takes better care of maintenance of it. And like I said, I'm going to replace this spark plug too. I don't think I have a spark plug for this, but I don't even know if I can get a socket down in there, because that is a tough spot to get a socket into. Probably need a special socket. I don't see a toolkit. Toolkit probably was supposed to be right there. Yep. Look at this guy. So, can't imagine that it is a like I said, would have been easier if I could have done this with the whole top off, but that never happens. 5/8, right? Yep, both 5/8. 5/8 are not working. So, all right, that was fun. The easiest way to get that off without removing the gas tank was with a little universal as a 13 millimeter. I'm sorry, 18 millimeter. That being said, I do not have any spark plugs of this size and heat rating. This was barely in there, which is interesting. This is kind of hanging out in there. I'm sure that is a Harley Davidson plug there. Let me cross-reference these and see if that well, the top doesn't come off on that one, so it won't matter anyways. You need one that has the on the top. So I'll have to go down to the local spud store, I guess, and buy one of those, because that's just the way it goes. What are these? These were all, I don't think any of these have the ability to remove the, that's not even the right size, so boo. So many of these spark plugs, and I'll never sell or use or do anything with them. This was when I first started doing the mowers. I had to make a minimum purchase, and unfortunately that is what happens. Yeah, right size, wrong plug. Yep. This, yeah. If I could remove the tip on these, it'd be great. But these are not that type of unit. Same thing with, these are probably right about the right heat range, but unfortunately. Not the right style plug, so back into the cabinet you go. And you will come with me and we will see what we can find out in the world. We're gonna do with this unit is I'm going to pull the skid plate. I started to pull it the other day, but and the reason I want to pull it is because I believe I should clean the skid plate of the debris and make sure that we can kind of gauge where this unit is actually leaking and weeping at, because it is definitely leaking and weeping in a lot of places. And I guess I could probably get the impact under here, but yeah, we'll try to do this without losing any hardware. But as you can see, even overnight here, it is still dripping, and I'm pretty sure it's just dripping because I changed the oil on it and I pulled the hose off the reservoir there so that I could clean the screen oil strainer out. And there's some debris and dirt and other crap up in here. This one's got 2 washers in it. I don't think this was necessarily the right hardware for the skid plate, but it's not for me to. Oh yeah, there are other washers up in there, I guess, but they're I need a 1/4 inch. I'm gonna go over and buy a 1/4 inch ratchet driver today, because this is for the birds anymore. My shoulder does not want to. It doesn't help that this is the last screw, so all the weight's on it too, but my shoulder does not want to play with that anymore. My carpal tunnel's kicking in. All my complaining and burdensome. Whoop, I don't even know what you're seeing there, because yeah, I'm not connected to the GoPro. Could be on, could be off. If we could find a comfortable position there. Really didn't want to go greased up, honestly. It hurts the hands. I like the slope garage, but I hate the slope garage. They're not loose enough. It really hurts. Good gravy. God gravy. This one's a real biscuit. Yeah, I can't. Where is it at? In the bottom of this crap cart that I need to go ahead and get through. There's a 10mm. Now, there's another 10mm. Now, if I could find a I'm sure. I was hoping that I'd be able to easily find one of those lovely 90s or U-joints. That's not going to happen, is it? It's getting so hard. Or a little thumb ratchet. Look at that. Oh boy. Isn't that beautiful? You see how the garbage in, then it's 13 or something up in there. Oh, and it's a double nut. So yes, I just obligated to half-inch. I had to figure out now I gotta find a deep socket for that, because that baby is not going to come off easily. Not without a struggle. Or a ratchet to throw on there, but deep socket preferred. What do you do with those sockets? I probably half-inch, and I don't have a half-inch on there, huh? No half-inch. That's what I'm missing on this get up. I thought I was missing one. I'll have to find. The lovely story of my existence. Looking for it's not a half-inch either, huh? It's a Metro Rec. That'd be weird. Metric on top. Yeah, 15, 16. Something's busted there, huh? I really should have had a couple more bucks to spill, but guy's a good customer, so I'll keep what I have in mind. Oy vey. Holy crap. Just need to set that there for a minute. I grab a rag and brake clean and something to scrape that off with. Holy moly. Honestly, I think I need a bag, because that is just downright a mess. And hopefully that'll help him track some other problems that I see with this. I use that bag. Bag. Well, good luck finding a bag. Thank you. Yeah. Hopefully there's no parts that fell in there, because that is just nasty. It's just mud and rock. This is why when you pressure wash, you should try to do this over an area that doesn't have anything growing around it, because this is pretty toxic to the environment. Again, our greed and entertainment for killing Mother Earth, I guess, right? I know. I'm not a tree hugger, but you gotta keep the lifeblood of your machine inside your machine. I don't know if there's any amount of carb cleaner that will clean that. But maybe get some Dawn on there. It actually is part of the plastic that's supposed to protect the frame. Just try not to scrape too much of that off there. I believe there was actually a piece of that. It probably was supposed to run the length of the plate, but it's been a while since I had to install a skid plate on a four-wheeler, so I don't do that very regularly. And part of the problem is that maintaining this kind of stuff is a pain in the butt. Yeah. Favorite degreaser? Oh. That's garbage. Not any water left. I thought I had a roll of paper. There they are. A roll of paper towels out here. Maybe this will help keep an eye on. It's gonna fall over, isn't it? Be nice if it wasn't winter and I could pressure wash that somewhere, but I definitely wouldn't want to pressure wash it in my yard. Hopefully that all comes out in the garbage. But I highly doubt it. I'm going to be washing this out in the freaking summertime or springtime. I said, more money on stickers. Must have spent a lot of time at a lot of different events, huh? I don't know if this... this unit definitely ridden hard. I don't know if it was a race unit or what, but this is at least somewhat better. I said you can still see all the oil dripping off the bottom because it's nice caked in there. The webbing, it leaked and weeped and all the webbing, and let's just look at the bottom of this case while we're at it. Let's see if we can get a shot of it. I mean, can't really see a whole lot, I guess, but I'm pretty sure it's the lines over there. Sorry about the bounce. It's the lines over there that are weeping and leaking. It's just, I don't want to warm it up because I don't want to try to put the plate back on it, but I guess hopefully it was just because it was all caught in the skid plate there. Let's see if we can put the skid plate back on. Ought to be fun. Where's that other half? There's that other half right there. That's the other half that fell right there. Should really, man, I could make a killing machining skid plates, huh? That'd be, nice if you could sell a lot of them. So let's tighten these up. Hopefully there's enough room. Don't want to make them too tight right away because I gotta make sure everything lines up where it needs to go. Plate's bent a little bit, but it should be a locking bolt, and that's not a locking bolt. It's a nylock. Wheel drive is nice. The Polaris 500 was pretty neat. It's too bad that wasn't two-stroke, but alright. After all that, let's choke this baby. You biscuit. I probably don't have a lot of gas in there, but fucker. Should be enough in there. Which one's reserve? Bottom right? Top. I am on reserve. Alright, I'll let it warm up. Alright, I won't let it warm up. I hate reverse. Really? Adjust the throttle linkage a little bit more, maybe to get it just a hum just a little bit higher. I'm sure there's a way to measure the RPMs on this. So I can still feel kind of a hesitation in that low idle from low to high, and I'm pretty sure that's probably more valve related and timing related. These do require interval maintenance with regards to that as well. Not sure what that menagerie is there, but I mean, it starts, it runs. We'll take it for one more quick blast here. Put it in neutral, I guess. We'll check it over here, make sure that there's no other leakage going on here, that I can see anything. Let it cool. We'll check the oil level. This wheel feels like it's bent. Definitely. I mean, you can see it hit a couple things, but final thoughts on this. So someone at one point or another also tried to go ahead and dig that out. And these can be a real pain in the butt. I can't fill the reservoir. The brakes work, but the heck if I could tell you if it's clean or not. And I have no intentions on trying to. Well, you know me. Let's see, because I went to go check that, and I was like, oh no. Somebody goobered that up. Yeah, I'm not going to fiddle with it. I almost made it into a square, but they work, so I'm leaving it at that. And overall, I mean, if you scored this from a 7 to 10, I should say, I mean, 1 to 10. I'd say that I'd probably give it about a 6 or a 7, somewhere there and abouts. It needs some work. It's got some nice parts on it, but that being said, it's going to need some wheels. It's towed that way severely. I mean, you can see that it's towed, so someone got it towed or it's bent. And there's been a lot of work done to this thing. Somebody spent quite a bit of money on aftermarket parts, and the rear brakes do work. They locked up for me, so otherwise it will lock up and not operate correctly. But oil is, I'll grab a fresh paper towel. I did have a towel already. Paper towel. oil is at the proper level and looks clean now. It's definitely closer to the upper level, which is, in my opinion, where it should be. I mean, you can have it, I would say anywhere in about here is okay, but when we got it, it was all the way down here past the lower level. So I would highly recommend that you try to keep that oil up and keep it clean. And the proper way to check this, if you don't know, according to the service manual, is to insert the stick without screwing it in. So it is right about there. I'm hoping that I didn't have any hose around, and the closest thing I had to it that just wasn't clean, that could have probably fit on there, was this. Maybe I will cut a piece off and see if I can try to get that to fit, but I didn't see any hose anywhere else. Oh, all right, have a great day, guys.